the Conscience and Justice Council is a group that is made up of many top-level SDAs. And when I say top-level SDAs, you can think of the university professor who is teaching in our institution. You can also think of the conference officer, all right, and other top people in the church. Now, this group claims to ensure freedom of conscience and justice. In one of their recent presentations, friends, about LGBTQIA+, the group suggested that Adventists should not judge LGBT people.
Let me put the suggestions here and then you can all look at them. How much time do I have left? I thought that was 15 minutes. Okay. So I think actions. Outreach to church's own, we have to have outreach to our own LGBTQ community. Seventh-day Adventist Kingship International, we have an LGBTQ community. We still isolate them. They're still sort of stigmatized. They're still sort of, and yet these are Christian people. I have been to their camp meeting and they're worshiping God and singing like everybody else, and praising God and praying and have seasons of prayer like everybody else. These are the people Isaiah is talking about, those who love God, who keep my Sabbaths. My house shall be called a house of prayer for all people. Acknowledge the presence of LGBTQ-oriented persons in our congregations. Find out the various challenges and needs as they seek to live Christ-centered lives. Yes.
How would that play out?
We're going to perhaps ask a question, but let me.
Since you only got 4 minutes.
Yeah. How do we do that?
How would you like to see that?
Willingness.
Acknowledging the presence of someone in our congregation.
That you have a relationship with them. Let them know you see them. Develop a relationship with them. Don't just ignore them. There are a lot of us, we know that there are gay people and lesbian people in our congregation. We just ignore them. We know they're in the choir, whatever. The moment they come out, though, then persecution begins. We have to stop that in our churches. We already know, but if they say they are, the persecution begins. All right? And many of them are not acting on their orientation. They just come to church to find God and to find, community.
It's really difficult. For me, I'll be vulnerable personally. I'm from San Francisco. I have no issues interacting with a homosexual. Not a gay person. No issue at all. I see them on my supervisors were gay. I've lived around them. I don't have a problem with them. But when I go to the Word, God says it's an abomination for a man to play with a man or a woman to play with a woman. Even in 1 Corinthians 6, Paul says, know ye not that the unrighteous should not inherit the kingdom of God, not even idolaters, fornicators, adulterers, or effeminate.
And as we said, we're not addressing the lifestyle. We're talking about the people, their life, not their lifestyle. Yeah, we separate them. I hope you don't look at me and see my lifestyle. You see me as Olive. When I look at people, I don't look at who they're hooking up with. I don't think that is even a healthy way to look at people. But the point is, yeah. That's right, and that's what I pray with him about. He is gay. He will always be desiring somebody of the same sex. The conversion therapies that they have instituted in this church and other churches have all failed miserably, including the leader of the therapy, he himself.
But God can change anything.
All right, but time is up. I understand. I totally understand why I understand. But if I may just, I totally understand your. Yeah.
Just please allow her to finish. We have a short amount of time.
Yeah.
We're not here to get you to agree, to get here to re-educate us on the Bible and what the Word says.
Yeah.
It's just saying, how do we approach them? Because it's a serious issue in our church.
Yes.
We are all over the place. Yeah. We have no answers. And we asked her to come to share some ideas. We're not asking for wholesale agreement, consensus, confirmation of your ordination. We just want you to hear the presentation Make your own decision and move on. But the church, we are not changing the doctrines of the church. So please do not leave this session, go back home, and say something kind.
That's right. Yes. So these are my suggestions. As you say, proactive policies developed with the LGBTQ community. We should not be making policies about people and they're not present. Ensure LGBTQ presence when we discuss issues about them. Find ways of seeking LGBTQ persons to minister to LGBTQ persons in congregations and on college campuses. There has to be a curricular development specific to ministering to LGBTQ persons. There's too much ignorance about LGBTQ persons. There's too much not knowing who these people are. I don't even like to say these people. It just even sounds bad. It's like when white people talk about black people. Let's not do that. These are not these people. They are our brothers and our sisters. They are our children. They are our nephews. They are our nieces. Okay? This is who they are. And like I said, let us not be talking about lifestyle. Let's talk about human beings created in the image of God who have needs that are specific to the challenge they face in the world because their gender does not match their orientation. I don't know if I said that right. Okay? And you must understand, let us try to put ourselves in somebody else's shoe. Okay? Put yourself in somebody else's shoe just for a little minute. That's what we're asking. Matthew 7:12. We're not asking you to agree with anybody's lifestyle. Don't bother with the text. They already read all those Bible texts, my sister. They have already read that. That does not solve the problem that they really have. Because the problem is a problem of their being. It's not a biblical problem they have.
Okay. Yes. Thank you for everything you're saying. I would like to know, because within our own church context, we had a similar situation this year in which someone was disinvited to participate because some people knew that this person had come out. What is the current understanding and interpretation of our policies about someone you don't know what their lifestyle is, but you think you know what their orientation is?
Yeah, I don't know that we have a policy on that. I don't know that we have a policy on if a person comes out, then they should be disfellowshipped or barred. Okay? And so our policy is regarding a person who is practicing, but the practice, that's a policy, but the practice is that once a person comes out, there's just wholesale persecution. I know of a pastor, a Seventh-day pastor, he came out, he wasn't practicing, he just came out. And they just came down on him, whole church and his family. He wasn't practicing.
And that's not policy, is what you're saying?
That's not the policy. That is not our policy. But that is why I'm here to talk about that we see LGBTQ persons as human beings. Treat them the way you would like to be treated if that were you. Because I could be gay as well. It so happens I'm not. That's what I think. I could be, have same-sex orientation, but I'm not. And I want to say one thing here. And we'd like to discuss the whole biblical part later, because, anyway, we don't want to get into that. Time is up. Thank you all for your participation.
Even though I agree perfectly that we need to love all people, that we need to respect all people, I do not support the LGBT agenda. They want the church to affirm them. And what is this affirmation that we're talking about? I want to read something here right now about LGBT affirmation or affirming. All right, it says, LGBT affirming refers to a stance of actively supporting and celebrating the lives and identities of lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer individuals. It goes beyond mere tolerance, involving actively creating a safe and inclusive environment. So the LGBT people want inclusiveness, right? So they want to be accepted or get involved in all ministries in the church. And I don't know how the church is going to do this. I don't know how the church is going to affirm and allow people that live the LGBT lifestyle to be pastors, to be elders, and others. Because we understand that the practice itself, the practice of LGBT, is abomination. You cannot separate the individual from the lifestyle. The Bible tells us to live a good life as Christians. So if you are a Christian and you tell me we need to separate the individual from their lifestyle, I don't think that makes sense. It does not make sense at all. The lifestyle, the character, and how we live our lives matters in the Christian faith. In the Christian faith, friends. So I don't know, but I don't know how the church is going to affirm LGBT, and I think it will not happen. And if the church does affirm the practice of LGBT, there's going to be problem. So let me know what you think about this, all right? Yeah. All right, so see you again. Thanks for watching. My name is Lawrence. God bless.